Hi, good morning, everybody. Thank you very much again joining us our weekly webinar. Now, actually, I got a lot of feedback from many different people from United States, from Canada to Southeast Asian. First of all, many of them felt that the seminar really helped them. Let me share with you some of the feedback they got. They give me. For example, we talked about colorectal cancers, and many people they said, hey, I didn't realize if I'm pre-diabetic diabetes, actually I have a higher chances to get colorectal cancer. And many of them has actually will never think about it and never think about the checking of this particular type of area potential lead them to have a serious consequences of cancer. So they came back and say, wow, thanks God that you really gave us this alertness. So at least I can now learn about it so I can watch out for it. So I really appreciate that, you guys come back with many feedback and help me to at least realize a lot of these people that just did not know that association. And I think that's really good. I hope that we can get you to understand that. Now, another feedback is now we have quite a few circulations. I think some of the lectures in IG is circulating for about 15,000 viewers per month. And some of them even go as few million people in a certain long period of time to view the seminar. So I think that many people now realize, hey, this is really good, really good. At least I have some alertness. What this seminar has helped me to just at least better understanding what is certain aspect of health you need to take care of or you need to pay attention. So as we go on, we continue to give you information related to pre-diabetic, diabetic, and more important, related to high blood sugar, cholesterol, and blood pressure, and also detox. So what that means to you, especially when we get older, these are the kind of things that we have to watch. And a lot of people don't realize that, wow, with that, you actually have to watch all these things, elevated bad cholesterol, LDL cholesterol, stress, all that can be actually impact your health, especially your pre-diabetic diabetes. It drives your blood pressure, and that's not good. Okay. So I think that what we continue to do that, I would like to really continue to put more of this type of topics together. So we'll give you some alertness. So we're going to check it for yourself. Okay. That's my objective. I think that you and I, our objective, I think that'll be wonderful. Let me tell you a real story about one of my clients that one of my clients that who is a very nice lady, and she's very lovely. And then the thing is that she is a little bit more tense. Let's put it this way. She always concerned about health, really concerned about all the potential issue of keep coming pre-diabetic, eventually diabetes. Back when she started out pre-diabetic, but too bad that she actually converted and she tried to convert it back. All these things really got her to be very stressful. Now, certainly with drinking Lowsutea, now her blood sugars are between A1C between 6.4 and 6 and just going up and down. But she is very nervous. Doing this one will not cross over 6.4. So she's trying very hard. And I think I'll give her credit. She walk and all that. But the problem is we found out that her stress actually caused her to basically not helping her in blood sugar plus her blood pressure. So I keep saying that, look, if you are really stressed, what do you do? And she really do not know how, when she really stressed out, how do you, help herself to lower her blood pressure temporarily at least, and not to get her to be over excited, as this way. So I actually did some research and found out that, hey, maybe you can just do very simple breathing exercise. And I taught her about this breathing exercise, which is the same thing I'm going to teach you today. And she said, wow, this is really good, because when the breathing exercise are done, which is cost nothing, easy to do, she can sit in a chair, she can do it anywhere, just some very nice place outside the garden, whatever, green, so she can already start getting some relaxation. And net result, her stress actually come down. And probably if she continue to do that, her long-term stress will be also being taken care of. So I think this is going to be a good thing that we actually done. And I think that if we can do that, that would be wonderful. So today, our lecture, we're going to help you to better understand how stress to get you to drive your blood pressure high. And that result, you can be able to, using this breathing exercise, very easy to do, and you'll be absolutely just do it anyway if you're stressed. And actually, I do it myself all the time too. If I have a big presentation, I will sit down in my chair or wherever that I'm ready to wait for this presentation. In 5 minutes, I just do some deep breathing exercise, envision how good this meeting is going to come out with, and then continue this breathing exercise. And guess what? At the end of the day, the vision actually set my brain to say, wow, this is going to be good. It's become very positive. And when I go to the meeting, the stress is concerned go down, and I present tremendously well. And the things that I think in my vision, matter of fact, most likely every time it's come out the truth. It's the same thing that will be a successful meeting. So I use it myself, and then when I help my client to understand this, they felt that is easy to do and also able to help them to relax. And basically, that's what today's webinar is going to be. So let's start. Well, today, basically, it's very simple. The today lecture is something that I think many of you can easy to understand that you could able to use this to help you to better understand how do you decrease your stress just by breathing. And you might say, hey, can it really be done? I can tell you, yes, it can be done. It's very simple. It really can be done. And it's just a matter of whether you want to do it or not. And you can easily practice. I will show you how to practice. And it's very, very easy to achieve. So we'll do that in a little while. So I'm going to start the webinar now. Okay, first of all, today we'll understand how the stress linked to your blood pressure. Now, as you know, if blood pressure continue goes up, it's affect your whole body. It's not good for you. Plus, if you continue to get that, you also affect your pre-diabetic or diabetes. Either way, anything with increased stress, your blood pressure also affects heart. So all that you have to understand what's the link is going to be. Today we'll go through that. Plus, why it happened? Because you have all the stress hormone comes out, cortisol, adrenaline, all that were able to provide you this stress hormone. You got to recognize what is the source of the stress come from, and how this breathing technique help you to lower this stress and lower your blood pressure because you're just breathing. And then how Lowsutea can help you. So today we will give you all that, but it's going to be something that is easy to do. And on top of that, it definitely help you. So that will be very good. So I just want to check some, make sure you hear me. So Edwina, can you give me a 1 on your either WeChat or question set? Make sure you hear me. And also, if in Facebook, can you give me some likes? And then in IG, give me some hearts if you want to. So that way I know that you hear me loud and clear. So that's, if you can help me do that, that'll be wonderful. Okay, so I noticed quite a few number of people in my webinar here today. I don't recognize the name, so I think they're new. So I want to just a couple minutes to catch up. As you know, diabetic is all go through 4 stages. First stage is the bad LDL cholesterol goes up, and then it will damage the B cell that takes sugar to the cells to be used as a fuel. Okay, when they're damaged, then no sugar can limited sugar going to the cells. So that result, the blood sugar continue goes up. The problems start going. The LDL cholesterol and the sugar mixed together, the blood becomes thick. When it becomes thick, they will very quickly move to stage 2, where they form tremendous amount of plaques around all the vessel, and that's how diabetics goes. Everywhere, the entire body start plaquing with plaques, so the blood pressure goes up, and it will eventually give you many of the different health consequences. Now, if you don't do anything, most likely you move to stage 3, which is the pre-diabetic stage. Now, the doctor will recognize this by measure the HbA1c. It's the hemoglobin cells, the percentage sugar attached to this hemoglobin. If you're 5.7, you're a normal person. If you are 5.7 to 6.4, you are pre-diabetic. Every doctor in the whole world do that. However, at this stage, you have no medication to eat. The doctors say, hey, you know what? You're pre-diabetic. You got to start taking it sweet, lower it. Don't take too many sweet. Watch your health. And they really don't give you much information. And I think majority of them, at the end of the day, really have no idea what to do. Now, certainly there's some very motivated who find out, but most of them, they don't. So they keep the same old lifestyle. And 3 to 4 years, you know what? They will change and convert because the A1C will continue to go up, 6.4 above. Once over 6.4, you move to stage 4. Then you become a diabetic. And once you become diabetic, you know what? The doctor will give you some time to go to convert back. If you don't convert back in 6 months, they will say, hey, you're diabetic. And everything will be basically cost of insurance goes up, everything goes up. So really at the end of the day, let's look at this 4 stage, and we can help you in the pre-diabetic state with Lowsutea, and you can actually prevent yourself becoming diabetic, or even help you earlier. You have high cholesterol and as sugar start moving up, you can start drinking Lowsutea. It will bring you your blood sugar, your cholesterol, and blood pressure down. So you never go to pre-diabetic. Isn't that wonderful? So that's something that you could do. Now, secondly, a lot of time we found that a lot of people say, hey, I just drink tea. No, right here we'll give you 5 programs, which is including the diet, including low carb diet, low fat diet, how to eat, and so forth. In our at our YouTube website, we have tremendous YouTube. You can actually preview. We have exercise 6 to 10,000 steps a day, and we have a lot of clients now actually follow my advice. They basically walk shopping mall. In our morning, you can do that too. You can go down after dinner, walk shopping mall for, go feel around. You can eat 8,000 steps, or if not, you can actually walk your neighbor. Okay, neighborhood is okay. And every week we have free doctor webinar, and you learn about how to manage all these health issues. We will give you not only what to eat, but tell you the whole disease process. You can watch. Like, for example, last week we have this webinars on colorectal cancer. A lot of people wrote mainly to me and said, wow, this is really good because I'm never aware. And plus, we also have a program is teach you how to track your blood sugar. We have many customers with the A1C even as high as 10, brought down to about 5.7 or about 6. So that's the objective. And this is really my life mission, to help a lot of people to educate it, to understand what is pre-diabetic diabetes, why 3 high is so important. Maintain not to get 3 high. You never get to pre-diabetic diabetes. And that's what we're doing. And certainly, why drink Lowsutea? Lowsutea is very simple. There's only guava leaves, which is blocking the sugar into the cells, so it doesn't get high blood sugar, or even sugar get into the cell, no problem. Bitter matter will increase the insulin sensitivity, so take back the sugar into the cells. And with that, the excess sugar will will dumped out through urine, cholesterol dumped out, and sodium come out. If sodium comes out, you know what? Your blood pressure is come out. Plus, it will detox. So a lot of young folks actually drink Lowsutea. They said, this is really good. I have no pimple anymore. And so not necessarily you need to be pre-diabetic to drink Lowsutea. Anybody actually, you can actually drink Lowsutea. It's only a food, and it'll give you really good to help you prevent high blood sugar, high cholesterol, and blood pressure. So do it even before you hit pre-diabetic stage. So now we'll go back. Why there's a link between stress and blood pressure? Now, first of all, there's a physiological connection. Now, blood pressure will always go up and down, as you know. And if you go up, the blood pressure goes up. The reason is either you get stress, or it could be exercise, all those things, blood pressure goes up. But when the blood pressure goes up, usually also other thing goes up, because your heart definitely goes up, because they want to pump to get all the blood circulate to deliver all the vital organ, to give more oxygen to the brain, to all the muscles, to all the vital organs. So definitely when your blood pressure goes up, your heart rate always goes up. Now, also, a lot of time, as you know, when you have constricted blood vessels, in other words, your blood vessel become narrow. For example, you are pre-diabetic. You notice the blood sugar and the cholesterol become thick and start getting plaques everywhere. So now your blood vessel become narrow. So when the blood vessel become narrow, you know what? The blood pressure goes up, and also make sure they only give the blood to the essential organ and muscles. So that will also increase blood sugar. Now, also, elevated blood sugar could be also tempered because of the fact that you are like jogging, or your heart is, you just need to get more blood from your heart pump out to supply due to your increased heart rate, or even narrow blood vessels, or whatever the temporary time, you always, the blood pressure can go up. Could be even walking steps, your blood pressure goes up. That's why a lot of time when you do physical examination, they tell you to go to treadmill, and during the time they actually measure your blood pressure. Your blood pressure go up as high as maybe 160, 150. You see how your stress is going to be. But that after you finish exercise, when you sit down, in about 20 minutes or so, your blood pressure will become normal again. So they will check that. So basically, blood pressure do not stay the same. When you exercise, you're stressed, they go up. Now, however, the issue is when the chronic blood pressure continue go up all the time. In other words, somehow, whatever you do, your blood pressure continue up. And a lot of time with that is because your body is continue to be stressful. Like you think that, wow, I'm ready to go for war, or ready to do something very stressful. You have the fight response. Now that is going to continue to strain you, especially elderly. Young is a little better, but when you're elderly, it stress your whole cardiovascular system. And that's you want to prevent, because if you do that, there's a potential heart, if you really have poor heart issue already, you might get a heart attack. Or you can even have potentially stress so high, you can even have a stroke. Plus, a lot of our diabetic patients, your blood vessel may be already stiff, not as elastic anymore. Remember, the blood sugar and cholesterol stick together, a plaque forming, and I said, hey, this is going to be eventually get you to a lot of so-called contribute you to a long-term problem. That's why your high blood pressure can be watched. That's why if you have high blood pressure all the time, your blood vessel usually hardened, not as elastic. If you continue to be stressed, your habit, wow, you are stressful. And you stress psychologically will affect you. Also say, hey, you know, I'm stressed. You know what you do? You start eating chips every night or every day, or doing work. I keep eating chips, or getting whatever unhealthy eating, could be donut, whatever. A lot of people do that because they're stressed. When they're stressed, start eating, they add up the weight, or they start smoking, bad for the lung. All that will affect your blood pressure. So net result, your chronic stress will affect lots of things. Could be your heart, could be your eating habit, and your stress with the consequences of overweight. And then net result, as you move on, all the chronic issue will come down the road. Now, initially, you're not going to feel a lot. You have no symptom, no sign. Matter of fact, you feel just, stress, but no pain. You really don't know, but you do still feel nervous. So net result, you need to start building this first awareness. Are you stressed? And I will give you some technique how to lower the stress all the time. And that's something that we'll do together. Now, actually, when you stress, there are two hormones affect the stress. One is the cortisol hormone, which increases the blood sugar level, which basically to help you to provide energy ready for your, whatever, stress function you have to do. So they give you energy, and that will goes up. So that's why a lot of time you're diabetic, pre-diabetic, is not good to stress, because they give you more sugar in the body to work on. So you naturally get yourself in a not very good stage, right? With a lot of sugar. Now, second hormone is adrenaline. This hormone is important because this is a fight hormone response. cause you increase the heart rate, blood pressure, blood flow to all the major organ muscles, so ready for you to what? Fight, okay? So two hormone usually when stress will comes up. And that's something that if you do that all the time, that will not good for your health, because that will be all additional, consequences come in. Now, you got to asking yourself, why I'm so stressful, man? I really need to know. Okay, so you need to identify some of the stress that you're going to have. For example, work. Now, when you are young, a lot of time you have deadline in school. You're used to that. So you have stress, deadline, demand workload. So all that will be from the work environment. And especially when you start growing up and now going to work, and you're going to have really good perform, your boss get after you. You have to figure, I got to make sure I make my work okay. I won't get fired. All that will be stress. So net result, you have to able to first understand where the stress come from, and you have to really start planning work with it. And maybe, find out how to plan your work, ask for help, talk to your boss, or talk to your partner, whoever, to help you to decrease that stress and give you some idea how to better plan. So I better prepare deadline and so forth. And that happened in school also, okay? Secondly, financial. Now, financial stress is very important because, like, for example, I still remember when we're young, we had debts. And I said, wow, I have a loan to pay. And also all the expenses. And every month, this is your paycheck. That's it. So you have to have a lot of worry about, wow, do I meet my paycheck to pay all my bills? Those are tremendous financial stress in your brain. I can tell you that. But I went through that when I was young, but certainly as time goes on, things are getting better. But when I'm young, I still remember we have all that stress with us all the time. And it's not funny, especially you have to bill to pay, right? And certainly a lot of people also realize relationship conflicts with family, loneliness, anger, insecurity, also a lot of stress. Like you have a fight with your wife, fight with a brother or whoever, or fight with your friend. Those become a stress. And that information or the stress with your family, you got to really identify that. And maybe you can start up that better communication to help yourself to say, hey, I think there's misunderstanding. Sorry about that. I think maybe we just caught on the wrong foot. How can we make up and we start all over again? With that, if you resolve that stress is not going to bother in your heart. It will work better, okay? Then in the other thing is like the diet, sleeping, and also lack of exercise. That can be a stress because you don't have enough sleep. Man, next day you are really screwed up. You stress yourself throughout the day. You might not able to concentrate, and so forth. So really, you got to have enough sleep and do good stuff for yourself. And like if you really stressed, maybe do some exercise. Just jogging, get it outside to the park, seeing the greens will help you out. Now, also, health condition. As you have some chronic health issue, like for example, I serving quite a few customers. They have cancer, plus they have also diabetic. Now, that is become a double stress because diabetic is a stress already, cancer and another stress. They figure out, hey, am I going to make it? I know it's got a lot of costs. Wow, all that become very stressful. So now they have to really able to work with the family, work with the doctor to basically understand what it is. The worst thing is they don't know. And that unknown factor, they become tremendous stressful. So that is something, health condition really can be very stressful. Another thing is environmental condition. For example, you stay in a traffic jam. You have an appointment to go there in about half an hour. Man, I still, half an hour away and I will be late. Now, certainly you have also, pollution. You in a city with full high rise, you can see greens. All that can be stressful also. That's why I advise my client, go out to the park, walk around, go to shopping malls, okay, because you go around seeing all different things, very positive. So those can be a very stressful just environment. So you got to, first of all, identify the stress and able to start dealing with it. Now, deal with it, sometime what you can do is start using what I suggest, a breathing technique for stress reduction. Now, this, you can do it anywhere. You can sit in a chair. You can sit in your dining room. You can sit in a park, a chair in the park. You can do all that. It's very simple. Now, only thing is one, you can sit in a good position, comfortable, straight back. Now, close your eye, think of something very positive. And then basically, it's very simple. You just found out where the belly is right here and place your hands on that of the abdominal or your chest, doesn't matter, where you can see your diaphragm. And you just breathe in more deep breathing and expand the belly, and then basically expand the belly. You can see the belly rise. You see? And then I exhale. And you exhale not fast, but slowly through your nose. And also continue to focus the belly rising, feeling that. And count 4 times silent in your mind when you inhale and exhale. So that way, you know your body is going up and inhale, exhale. So you know you have to do that, okay? Now, this is important because when you breathe in, you tend to relax everything. That's why it's so important to do that. So you are slowly exhale through your nose, and then you feel the abdominal contracted, and then you sink back to the count again. When you everything collapsed, now you count 6 times. Very slowly exhale. Okay, inhale 4 times, exhale 6 times. Now you continue to practice this cycle 5 to 10 minutes. Now you can even do it now in a calm environment. You found yourself extremely relaxed just doing 5 to 10 minutes. Now, as I said, I try myself when I have a big presentation. I close my eye in front, in somewhere in a place I can sit down before I go to the meeting. I find myself, and I keep saying, okay, all the things is good stuff in my mind, how well I will do, but I continue to do this, breathing and using this breathing, and you can see your stomach start expanding to 4 times with that, and then exhale with 6 count. So with that, you do 5 minutes to 10 minutes, you will find out you're totally, definitely relaxed. So with that, you can actually do it anywhere, in a chair. Even you can walk in with the dog or whatever, you can also still do that. Now, you don't necessarily need to say, wow, I am only when going to meeting that. You should do it all day or whatever day at time. So that way, you always get yourself relaxed instead of getting yourself all stressed out. So really, this is something that a technique is so easy to do. Just deep breathing. And this technique, actually, I use it, especially when I go to a meeting, I feel I'm stressed, or even if somebody came in ready to talk to me something very serious, I want to be able to de-stress myself first. So when I talk to this individual, I won't be stressed out. I won't get emotional or drive up to something negative. And I now become very positive, relaxed, and talk to the individual. So make the whole conversation not more fun, not more wonderful. Now, one thing, even though I'm in a meeting, now I have some real difficult situation come up, I can still use the same technique. Doing this deep breathing, no one will recognize because I just breathing deeply and let go, and I can still do the same thing. And I tell you, that really works also. You also decrease. And actually, I did some experiment. If I can really do this, if I go to a doctor office, I take the blood pressure. My blood pressure is high, 130, because I just walk up, right? 130 over 80, whatever. If I did the deep breathing exercise, my blood pressure would go down to 120 to 120 to over 80, under 80. So it will be like 70 something. So 120 over 70 is 10-point decrease. So this definitely works because the doctor office, they always say, hey, you got to take a blood pressure because you see the doctor. So they give you a little automatic blood pressure count, give you a piece of paper after they come out the count. I did that, and it really using the blood pressure, the breathing exercise, your blood pressure definitely will come down. So definitely try yourself. You don't believe, use one of the BB cuff to try it. You found that is actually come down also. Now, with that, you understand the fast, easy way to help you to decrease stress. So how are you going to give you a whole lifestyle with less stress? Now, keep in mind, in order to you have less stress, you have to do exercise. Your body has to manage your mind. You have to exercise, you have to eat well, all that come in. And the same thing we taught you when you have pre-diabetic, diabetes, you have to exercise, you have to eat well, you have to do relaxing exercise, meditation, all that come to it is the same thing. So if you can able to get this lifestyle, I tell you, you'll be really good. You have less chance of high blood pressure, you have less chance of get high blood sugar, and on top of that, your cholesterol will be better managed because of the fact that you're eating well. You're going to eat, not eating all kind of red meat, right? You're going to eat lean protein and all the good stuff and lots of vegetable, right? So all that is the same. So first thing, you got to have move your body and manage your mind. So what I'm suggesting is every day, 10,000 steps, 150 minutes per week of your exercise. Now you can do some vigor exercise would be good. Using a barbell, go up and down like this, go up like down like this is okay too. If you don't get it, no problem. You don't if you cannot combine that, just walk with your partner at a shopping mall, 10,000 steps, or started with 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 10,000 in every day. If you can do that, you gotta move. And if you do that, you can actually even much better gait when you get older to 80 years old. No problem. You're 80, you can still walk. Walk slowly, but you can walk, okay? Now, second, you have to eat healthy. Now, what do you mean healthy? You have lots of fruits, vegetable, whole grain, lean protein, little bit red meat, or limited your red meat to more white meat like chicken, lean pork, less processed food, and very limited sugar drink. Now, do not go to get bubble tea because that is the worst thing you can have. The bubble tea, every bubble tea you have is like 300 calories to 600 calories. Some of them are so sweet. Well, you got to really decrease. And certainly you can drink Lowsutea to help you. As 2 class per meal, and you do 3 times per day, and then 1 more times before sleep. And there's no caffeine. You drink that. Reason that you have to drink that much water is because you need the water to help you to detox and get your blood become not so thick, because you have to dilute your blood. So that way you can get rid of the poison. If you don't have enough water, unfortunately, many of the old folks we have to drink less than 1,000 cc of water a day, then that result, they don't have enough to detox and get rid of poison. Now, when you drink Lowsutea, you know, one of the things that you do, you go to urine a lot, and that is good for you. Now, then you have to have weight management. If you have BMI over 30, I highly suggest to get your BMI up to 223 BMI. Now, certainly would do that, you need to have what? You have to exercise. You have to decrease the stress. You have to basically monitor all the things you do to lower your weight. Eat also have vegetable. All that has to together. So those are weight management is very important. If you lower 10% of weight, your A1C drop 1 point. That means if you are 8, you drop down to 7. You're 7, you drop down to 6. Wow, that's wonderful, because you were diabetic. Now you're not even diabetic stage. You're pre-diabetic stage. Keep doing, lower your weight. It really works. Seeing your weight down is good for you. You also need to sleep well. Wow, what's that mean? You have to at least 7 to 8 hours sleep. Don't go for 4 hours. Don't go to 5 hours sleep, because not enough sleep is, you know what? You got to get yourself stressed up. And then you got to maintain regular good sleeping schedule. Every time you have 9 o'clock go sleep, 10 o'clock go sleep, always maintain that. Well, 10:30 is okay. You wake up certain time, you count 7 to 8 hours. Do that, because then you sleep, regular sleep, you got a regular relaxation time, and you have the same routine over again. It will help you to get yourself a much better relaxing for the next day. Also, you have to connect with the loved ones, meaning your family. You have to talk to them. You have a problem, don't hide yourself. You have to get emotional support. You get a family to talk to you and say, hey, honey, I really have this issue. Can you help me? Or express your issues out and say, share. When you share, a lot of times that maybe you can find solution here and there to help you. So you can able to manage your stress and also decrease the stress, because a lot of time stress are due to unknown. So if you have find out this is a problem, you can ask your friends, your family to help you out. A lot of time those solution will comes out. But you don't talk about it inside, you'll figure I would share, I would not share, I would try to figure it out. Oh man, that stress continue goes up, and that's not good for you. So continue to basically get the education to not education, to talk to your family, to find out or find a website, whatever, to understand your problem and decrease the unknown. If you decrease the unknown, you will definitely feel much better. And certainly you can do the meditation. The meditation, it could be yoga, or it could be the breathing technique we just talked about. Those are things that will help you to really quickly decrease your stress. And so this is some important, because with the breathing exercise definitely will help. Now, I said earlier, when I start breathing, I also think very positive. If I go to a meeting, I'll think how well I will do. I even picture when I got into the room, how this whole process go through, how well I do. So you kind of psych yourself up for all the positive thought. And you also psych yourself out to get out. And when you get out, you say, wow, I get it done. It's positive. So really, when you, before the meeting, you're doing your breathing exercise, you can actually put in a lot of positive thought of all the things that you can able to be achieve. Okay. So you focus all the things that will help you to do and will be positive. And basically with that, you basically lower your stress, and very effective. Because if not, you consider going, oh no, I'm not going to do well. I'll be so bad. Oh no, your confidence go down, and that will really screw up all your, thought, and then that result, your stress will continue to go up. But if you change it to a positive, I know I'm going to do it. I'm do well, and I'm doing my breathing exercise. I think of the whole gamut of from the beginning to end, very successful. And then when you walk up, you are saying, hey, I'm doing good. So that is something that you got to do. Now, certainly, if you felt that, gee, I really having really tremendous stress, it's driving me nuts. So you might need to seek professional help, like a doctor to help you out, to give you some guidance, or maybe even medication. That definitely help. Okay. Certainly, you also need to set realistic goals, because at the end of the day, if you have goals, you know what you can achieve. Now, you need to start small. Don't go, boom, I want a big goal because I'm really going to do it. But with that, you keep missing those goals. You'll give you stress also. So you got to keep doing, gradually moving up. For example, one good example, I have a client, I told him that 10,000 steps. Right away, he said, yes, I'm going to do 10 steps. But unfortunately, every day, he never made 10,000. He make 5,000, 6,000. The wife getting after him. He said, 10,000, you're not do it. So he stressed himself out. I said, you know what? Forget about 10,000 steps. Start with 5. And he achieved 5. Oh, he was so happy. And then eventually moved to 6. And he was even happier. And 7. Wow, good. And eventually moved to 10,000. But during this process, you know what? He was able to achieve everything. I told him, if you achieve things, put yourself a pat and give your wife a kiss. I did it. And tell your wife, give you a kiss. And you know what? They have done that. They're very happy. They will achieve 10,000 steps. And both husband and wife still achieve 10,000 steps. Now, celebrate your progress. Really don't just do it and then no, acknowledge what you have done. So make sure you really have celebrate the things that you have done and say, wow, I have done. Tell your children, tell your family that what you have done. Celebrate. You have some little bit thing to get together to tell how well you have done. So good is help you out to understand your achievement. Now, certainly, Lowsutea definitely help you for prevent you from three high. You will lower your blood sugar, cholesterol, and blood pressure. And that is super good. And basically, they don't have bitter melon and also guava leaf. And both are basically are not drug. It is only a food. It's only a supplement. They have no contraindication to your medication. You can drink it, and it will help you to lower your three high. And if you lower your three high, net result, you maybe never get into pre-diabetic, or even pre-diabetic, you're able to maintain yourself pre-diabetic. If you are diabetic, you can actually move yourself to pre-diabetic stage. And that is really, really good. So keep drinking Lowsutea to help you lower your blood sugar, bad cholesterol, and high blood pressure. And that's something that you can help you make a very different journey on your basically on your whole journey of diabetes, pre-diabetic, prevent pre-diabetic, and prevent your diabetic complication. And also, if you are three high, you will never, if you lower your three high, you probably most likely you decrease your risk to go into pre-diabetic stage. So that's why when you drink Lowsutea, you don't have to be diabetes. Many of friends now, or my client are basically, they don't have pre-diabetic or diabetes. They just have maybe high cholesterol and or slightly high blood sugar. And with that, they are preventing themselves getting to pre-diabetic. So talk about normal person, your blood pressure can be spiked due to stress. And could be the stress could be work, could be physical exercise. But the most important is you don't want a chronic stress, which cause you long-term consequences. And these long-term consequences, if you continue to be stressed really high, it's bad for your heart, bad for your blood vessel, because always stress, blood pressure goes up, increase potential to get stroke. And really, at the end of the day, we taught you one easy technique, breathing exercise. It's a simple exercise. You just use your diaphragm to go up, breathe in deeply, and you count 4 times, breathe, and go with count 6, and then do it 5 to 10 minutes. Right away, your blood pressure will go down. And you can able to do it every day. You can do it in the morning, afternoon, evening. With that, if you have continue to do that, you will always be calm. Look outside, look for the green, look for the ocean, help you to breathe and think of green, positive things. With that exercise, you definitely bring down blood pressure. Now, certainly with that, you have to continue to live well, to meaning that good healthy, meaning that you have to make sure exercise 10,000 steps, per day. If you can't do it now, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, just continue to move forward to the goal, but do it. Just walk with a walking in the shopping mall. That's okay. Now, also you have to eat well, sleep well, 7 hours a day, and make sure you have that. Plus, you got to make yourself with the your eating has to be low carb, mainly a lot of salad, fruits. 1/4 is lean protein, and then you have beans and so forth to make your plate. And drink Lowsutea every day. The reason why you got 8 glasses, 2 glasses per meal, 3 times, plus evening you drink the last glass to help you continue to maintain the low blood sugar and cholesterol and also your blood pressure. That definitely works. Now, don't forget, you also, when you manage stress, you have to talk to your friends, talk to your family to make sure that you want to make sure to share the problem, quit smoking, those kind of things that you have to do to let people know the problem, and maybe you can resolve that together. Plus, you have to set realistic goals. Don't overly big goal, realistic goal. And then you can also celebrate your achievement. Tell your friend, tell your family, hey, I was able to make 10,000 steps, and celebrate. So net result, you have everything you do is very positive. So today webinar is really over now. And you have any question, write to me, Andy EY at if you have any question, write to Andy ANDY at WAHFONG.com. I love to hear from you. A lot of people do write. And if you have WhatsApp, you can write send us WhatsApp at 852-679-2891. 852-679-2891. That's our WhatsApp number. So do actually write to us, and we're very happy to answer your questions and listen to you guys. What do you have? And I tell you, a lot of people now come back with me. All the comments about our lecture has really helped them. And I hope that will continue to help get them to get you to continue get better understanding what we're doing to help you to become better health, decrease stress. Then stress less, your blood pressure also comes down. So thank you again. I appreciate. If you have no question, what I will do is I will wish you all have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next week. Thank you very much. Looking talk to you soon again, so we can able to continue get a wonderful. Hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and see you